Hey, my Taurus babies, what's happening? Yeah, y'all can tell I'm congested, got a cold, some activity going on. At any rate, just got finished doing Taurus Career 2022. Guess what's next? You said it. Look. LOVE for 2022. Let me just say this, because I know this already. Next year, anybody that wants to jump in the ring of love can do stuff. And I think for most, not everybody, but for most, do pretty good. Those of you that aren't dating, don't want to date socially. So I'm obviously going to cover some of the social stuff in this reading as well. But next year seems to be a far better year than 2020 or 2021 for Taurus and love. I know a lot of y'all have been through the ringer. I know my ass has been through the ringer. It's just been one of them cycles. Fortunately for us, the cycle is coming to an end. Oh yeah, there's the Empress with her bad ass. Told you. Seven of Cups, nothing but options. Your heaviest energy here is the Empress. So now it's time to walk like a bull, talk like a bull, be a bull. And this is bull energy all day long. Only thing competing with her will be the Queen of Pentacles. I'm just saying. But we are going to have that come hither type energy around us. So just know. So do not panic or freak out or load up my inbox. Oh my God, I attracted all these strange people. Take a deep breath. For some of you, you may find love in one of those strange people. I'm just saying. But next year is going to be the year that you attract it. You're going to attract. And for some of you, you're going to attract something or someone that maybe doesn't fall in your eyesight. Somebody maybe that you ordinarily wouldn't consider talking to. Yeah, you're going to attract it all next year. Be mindful that just because you attract it doesn't mean it's worth a damn. That part right there. It's the kind of energy where if you're a female, a lot of guys going to do some neck breaking like, damn, where you come from? And it's not going to be so much the outward appearance. Let me put it all up here. A lot of it's going to be what people feel from you. And I dare say just the past couple of years will make you grounded. Having Uranus in your chart will make you grounded and see things just as they are and looking straight ahead. For those of you that are coming out of cycles where you've been dealing with toxic situations, yeah, you're going to attract them too. But I have a feeling that most of you are done with the past. I don't know, that's real heavy energy that's prevalent. Y'all don't give a fuck. If you left it in the past, you're trying to leave it there. But just be mindful. Some of them exes might be trying to float their way back up to the surface. And if you broke up because of something the other person did, they weren't faithful, they were cheating, don't forget that. And don't forget why you left that person. Excuse me. Sometimes when folks know they fucked up and their life is fucked up because they fucked up, they kick in the charm times 10. And it make you forget temporarily what the hell you went through, what you left that person for. So take things slow as it pertains to exes. Make sure you look at it every angle of a situation before you get back into something or hop back into something because somebody is saying all this great and wonderful shit. You can always stumble up and end up in a cycle that you don't want to be in. So just be mindful of that. The second heaviest energy is this King of Wands. Dude here is about his business when it comes to action. So this is a reminder to you to take some action that is sitting on top of the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Wands sitting up underneath that. It's no mistaking. And I shuffled the cards 200 times now. So there's no mistaking what's going on. Next year is going to be a year of activity for Taurus when it comes to love. The king here, if you notice, he's sitting on a throne, but if you look at the seat of the throne, it looks like a map. So some of you may be hooking up with people from different cultures, from different places, other than where you're from. That's a good thing. Broaden your horizons. This can also be true about friendships. Make room. Make room in your heart for people that you don't normally deal with. I'm going back to this Empress card. You see that big heart right there with the key? Some of you might be running up on somebody. That is it. D1. Options. Lots of options next year. Take your time and think about, look at, check out all of them. I think most Tauruses that are any kind of woke, as it were, and that's been through any kind of shit the past 3 or 4 years, I don't think you're going to just take the first person coming up off the boat. I don't believe that. Oh, there goes a costume designer again. Dear Taurus. And there's the hangman. That makes it complete, doesn't it? Indolence. And this is the 8 of Cups, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is the 8 of Cups. Indolence. When you're done doing too much, had too much, and more, and too much, don't overdo next year. That's what I'm going to say. When it comes to relationships, and I know as Tauruses, we have a tendency to lavish our friends and our lovers with everything. Food, gifts, time, attention, love, sex, you name it. Don't do it next year. And if you want to just know a quick thought for a mantra, all about you. Keep the focus on you. Before you go and spend $200 on a watch, come on. Before you go and spend $125 on a meal, come on. Hell, before you go spend $25 on a meal. Okay, work with me. And I know I'm hitting females more than it. I know there's males that watch this too. I'm hitting females more, but males, you too. If you're a Taurus, you know how y'all are. When it comes to the people that you care about and the people that you love. I'm not saying that you should not, but pay close attention to what somebody is bringing to you, Taurus. That's what I'm going to say. It's easy to get into this, a lot, too much. It is easy to get into that. Before you realize that you done spent up all your money, drank up all the liquor, smoked up all the weed, ate up all the food, and now you mad because the person you wouldn't spend all this money from has ghosted you and gone. You see how empty it is in there? That part right there. So think about what you're doing before you're doing it and who you're spending it on. And have they shown you, not showing, present tense, in the past tense, have they shown you before you come up out your purse or come up out your wallet or your back pocket or your shoe, have they shown you that they're worthy before you go getting all indolent and luxurious and whatnot and doing too much? That part right there. That is sitting on top of the High Priestess. Not lost on me. Because that's our energy. So, the High Priestess and the Empress in my mind always come back to Taurus. Just know that. Is this the treatment that you're getting? Let me just make sure. Old girl here kind of plushed out in the tub with the spa bubble bath type activity. Yeah, is this what you're getting before you go spending up your all? Just saying. For some of you, just like careers, time to make a costume change. Time to change it up. Change the scenery. Might need to redesign the set. I'm just saying. But it is time. It is time. Some of you maybe it's time for a makeover. Maybe it's time for a new haircut, a new bob, a new curl, a new something. But check it out. It is time for changes. That definitely, especially if you've been working hard the last couple of years and you haven't really had a chance or taken the time to do something for you. Many of you, your belief systems as far as relationships are changing in the present tense, or they will be changing in the future tense. Because of things that have happened to you in the past, you are definitely going to have a different take on what a relationship means to you. For many of you, it's going to be about setting new boundaries. For some of you, it's going to be about letting some boundaries go. Just depends on where you are in the scheme of things. So, change, yes, but to your benefit and to your good, most definitely. I would do very few things next year for the benefit of someone else. EJ, what did you just say? I'm going to say it one more time. I would do very few things next year to the benefit of someone else. I know that sounds trifling and selfish, but hear me out. If you've been giving that indolence card, and you done got everybody drunk, and you done fed everybody, and you sitting there, and the same folk have not done for you. New situations, new relationships. They're not coming out the gate with Taurus. What can I do for you today? Let it go. It's time to change that up. There's that costume change. Time to change it up. Nope, that's too many universe. Challenge is failure. That's the challenge. Yay. Victory, damn it, what the hell? Ace of Cups. There it is. And the Knight of Cups. All right now. Not a bad year. Not a bad year. The challenge. I think this is the Seven of Pentacles. But in this deck, it talks about failure. And then you got the Three of Pentacles on top. It's a couple things here that are in your challenge position. Don't let the past keep you from moving forward in your present. The Three of Pentacles talks about a work in progress. In this deck, you see a young lady who is actually drawing another lady who's nude. Art class. You may need to get creative in your love endeavors. It might not be a thing of, oh, I'm going to go to the club. Might not be able to do that. Online dating. I know, take it from somebody that knows. That might not be the way. You might have to get more creative. Might be, I think many of you are going to find love in your already established social circles. People that you already know. They may not be the people that you hang out with every Friday or go to church with every Sunday or go to temple with every Friday. But these are people that you hang around, people that you talk to. So I see a lot of get-togethers and gatherings, as it were, going on next year. Not so much on a large scale, 100, 200 people type thing, but smaller, intimate settings. Just know, your challenge is to just know that your love life is a work in progress. Or for those of you that are single, your social life is a work in progress. Coming out of a lot of stuff, those of you who've had friendships and ties to people that wasn't shit, that part right there. Coming out of that dark and coming into the light, even if you look at the cards here, it's a work in progress. It's going to take some time. You might not get it. Might not be the first round out with the first group of folk you decide you want to hang with next year if you're changing groups or groups of people. You might have to go through a little bit. That's your challenge, though, to stay flexible and to stay open despite whatever else has gone on in the past. For the most part, your overall energy is going to be, am I doing this right? That's the energy here. Not so much sitting up at night worrying, but more tuned to, am I doing this right? Does this person like this when I do that? Especially if you're dealing with a romantic situation. That's the energy here. That it's sitting on top of the Four of Clubs. It's letting me know that you're completing a cycle. Many of you are completing social cycles, love cycles. Some of you coming out of toxic, karmic situations which no longer serve you and they're just done. There's the completion of that. But don't, again, let any of that old shit keep you up at night. Some of you may have exes that are going to try and filter their way back through. Because, they see you and you're going to look different next year. Next year's going to be a different kind of brighter day. So you're going to look different. Some of you are going to feel different. And people are going to notice this. You got a little pep in your step, a little bounce. Don't let the past come up and steal your joy. That's what I'm going to say. With the Five of Clubs and the Two of Swords on top, the 5 always indicates change to me. So you're going from the 4 of Clubs to the 5 of Clubs. There are going to be changes. And with changes comes difficulty, period. Anytime you're changing. Getting into a new romantic situation, going to be some changes. Some of you may be moving in with a new lover. That type of energy. Some of you may be putting together other kind of functions with your social groups if you're not actually dating. With that comes discussion and arguments. Doesn't have to be angry, heated shit, but argument nonetheless. Trying to make decisions as a collective. Trying to make decisions as a couple. Your better instinct should be to come together and think and discuss, not argue, Two of Swords is not always about lying, cheating, and dirty dealing. A lot of times it's about two minds, that intellect, or being of two minds. So if there's room anywhere romantically next year to negotiate, if there's someone you feel that it's worth negotiating with, coming to a compromise, don't be afraid to make that compromise. Now, wait a minute. If you're comfortable making it, once again, I don't know, because the past keeps popping back up here. If you're dealing with some ex that was an asshole, and you know you got a feeling it's just gonna be more of the same, don't even go down that road. That's what I want to tell you. With the Eight of Cups on top of the Princess of Wands, the Dancer, you might have to just be the entertainment, especially in the bedroom. Yeah, I said it. Might have to spice it up. Those of you that are in long running relationships, you might have to spice it up. And it may mean you need to spend some time apart. I don't mean breaking up, but it may mean that you need to spend some time apart, especially if you've spent the last 2 years together on top of each other in the house, not going nowhere. Next year might be the year that maybe the two of you need to go on a trip, but when you go on a trip, you need to have things planned to do individually and as a couple. You may need to take a break. Somebody stay home with the kids while the other person goes home to visit mom or whatever. And let that situation reveal to you what it needs to reveal to you. Don't be afraid about seeing things that aren't working. Doesn't mean they are going to be broke or not working forever, but they might not be working the way you want them to work. So don't be afraid to get in there and do the work necessary to make changes. The Temperance on top of the Day Trader. I love the Day Trader. Of course, there's Pentacles, Taurus energy. Next year is about strategy. Next year is about strategy. So how can I put this? You may not meet your love interest in a regular way. That's the best way I know how to put it. You might meet somebody that might be the one, but they're in the middle of a divorce, or they just broke up with somebody. Don't let that stop you. Be strategic. Be strategic. Now, I know, that sound like cheating. Okay, I didn't say cheat. I didn't say that. But be strategic. And think about, just like a day trader would, think about where and who you're investing your time and your money in. That Endless card on the cut. All those cups tipped over. Think about who you're investing. Everything that's coming your way, everything that ends up on the stock exchange, just not a good stock. That's just the truth. So think about it. Be strategic and have some balance. Of course, Miss Temperance here. Have some balance. Don't get all one way or the other. Once again, you come first. I know I said that before I put the cards down. Think about you. Think about you first. Especially those of you that are coming out of situations that have been nerve-wracking because you were doing all the giving and the other person wasn't. See a girl pouring liquid into one cup, back into the other cup. It should be equal give and take. It should be, you should not be in anything where you're giving more towards. That's what I'm going to say. The Ace of Cups victory, by the time we get, I'm going to say to the beginning of the summer, because victory is 6, and that's June. Most of y'all are going to be sitting right about where you want to be. That doesn't mean there's not going to be any work to be done. I'm most certain that there will be. But next year is going to feel like your choices are better. The options that you have to choose from are better. The situations are better. You're not dealing with just toxic people that are trying to, sneak around and do some bullshit and got you paying for everything and doing everything. Everything is better next year. The Knight of Cups on top of the run. And it's not even run, it's ruin. I'm sorry. That's the Ten of Swords with the Knight of Cups. Keep your emotions in check. Knight of Cups, if the Knight of Pentacles is slow, Knight of Cups is on the move. I'm trying to tell you. Keep your emotions in check. Don't let your emotions ruin what you got going on. Don't overthink situations. Don't let your emotions drive you to overthink situations, especially when it comes to people from your past. Back to the past again. There's a new Taurus. That's what I'm going to say to you. People are going to see you differently next year. You're not going to be the same old Susie or Johnny or whoever. People are going to see you differently. Do you? So they're going to be attracted because they're going to want to know what's different. Come on. I can't tell this story no better. Ignore the haters because they're out there. But be on the lookout for that. You know, if you're wondering why your ex from 5 years ago all of a sudden is on your phone talking about, I saw you at the mall. You look good. Be on the lookout for that. Because while you've done all this changing and bleeding and crying and trying to evolve and meditate and journal and some other bullshit, everybody has not been doing the same thing. What are your options? That's a good question as you go through next year dealing with love and romantic issues. What are your options? You got plenty of them. Plenty. And then once you get what you're looking for, once you're doing whatever it is you're trying to do, either be all in or be all out. Don't start no toxic shit about, I'm going to be over here and I might be over there, because you got so many options next year. You're just trying to get it all. Once you make a firm decision, Taurus, about who and what and when and where you want to be all in or be all out. Do you? I think I started this conversation out by saying anybody that's not coming to you correctly, anybody that you've been taking care of, anybody that you've been carrying, as we say back in DC. You had to put them on your back and carry them. Game over. Time for you. Ignore these people. Just ignore them. They ain't got nothing better to do, nothing better to talk about. Just ignore them. Don't even get into any kind of squabbles with anybody about why you got your hair cut or why you doing your nails this way or where'd you get your... Just ignore it. Just ignore it, and just remember all of this is a work in progress. I love you, my boo babies. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.